Hello and welcome back one final time to Newman Haas Racing and the 1998 kart mini-series. Today, a lap of honour. Last time we managed to win the series with Andre Ribeiro at home in Brazil, and now we're over 2 race wins clear of our nearest championship rival. In fact, Michael Andretti, he's now fighting just to even be in the top 3. At the bottom of the table, can Adrian Fernandez score just a single point so he's not the only driver to just have nothing from the entire season? We're going to have some fun today though, guys. It's going to be a mad goodbye to this game. It's delivered something crazy pretty much every single round of the championship, and today is going to be no different. And welcome to what was round 17 of 19 of the 1998 kart season, and what is about to be our final round of the 1998 kart mini-series, the George R. Brown Convention Center circuit in downtown Houston, Texas. This is why people don't host and drive, you know. Now, I remember this being one of the selling points of the game. I can't remember if it was on the game itself or other marketing materials, but they was like, oh, this track's in it. It's a brand new circuit for kart this season, the new Houston, Texas circuit. I was like, oh, okay. So, had they just included a future classic? They raced here 4 times. Although the reason they stopped coming here wasn't anything to do with the quality of the circuit, they just started construction work in downtown Houston, so they just couldn't hold it here. Champ Car then tried to come back to Houston at the Reliant Park complex with their first ever night race here, but that only lasted 2 seasons. And then IndyCar as we know it today also tried on the same site as the Reliant Park complex, now known as NRG, slightly different layout. They did 2 double headers there, and that only lasted 2 seasons. A scheduling conflict in 2015 meant it couldn't happen again, and they just haven't come back to Houston. Now, I'm not sure how well received these tracks actually were, but the one thing I can gather is that trying to host a race in Houston is something of a logistical nightmare. Today, we say goodbye to Newman Haas Racing. When I started this season, I said I wanted to become more of an IndyCar fan, and I'll be honest with you, I would say I am now. I watch more races live now, watch this year's Indy 500, and if I don't catch the races, the fact that they are 30-minute highlight packages on YouTube, it's amazing. It means I can keep up with the series and get an actual feel for what happened in the races. Like, honestly, big shout out to IndyCar for doing that, because it just gets you a proper feel for what went on. At the centre of it, this game was the spark that made me try to pay more attention. This era that we're playing is considered one of the golden eras of IndyCar/kart, and then it had a dip with Champ Car. But I think IndyCar is now back in a great way, and it's great to see it thriving. The top 3 for the Grand Prix of Houston: Greg Moore on pole from Dario Franchitti and Jimmy Vasser. Ribeiro was down in 10th, while his teammate Alonso Jr. was 16th. On to my target, and my target is going to be pole position taken by Michael Andretti. Christian Fittipaldi makes it a Newman Haas front row. Scott Pruitt 3rd, Zanardi 4th. The newly crowned champion Andre Ribeiro did not take part in qualifying due to a wibbly aerial failure, meaning he had to sit it out and he will start at the back of today's race. Like I said, final race of the season. We're 2 race wins clear. Let's just enjoy the madness of a proper last to first challenge. So we are going to be at the very back next to Adrian Fernandez. There we are. My target's going to be try and finish on the podium. I don't really know this circuit that well. I've done limited practice running and obviously just not done qualifying. The real race was won by Dario Franchitti. He only won 3 races in the whole of 1998. Every single one of them has been covered in this series. The man was obviously using this game to practice. Madness, utter madness, but I wouldn't expect anything less from this brilliant game. So let's give it a big old crazy send-off. Here we go then, for one final time, and this time from the very back, we are green in Newman Haas Racing for the Grand Prix of Houston. Let's try and clear our teammate without any problems. Yeah, awesome. Although that was probably a track limits there. I'm going to try not to jump over those awkward looking curbs. Past Fernandez, and let's see what we can do. Let's see how well we can cut through the pack. Let's hope for slightly less brake checks today. Again, straight line speed. We just seem to lose them at the top end. There we go, through there. That was a nice clean move. It's been chaos for the most part in terms of wheel-to-wheel racing. So let's see if we can have some smart racing in 16 laps to go. I was not expecting it to be that many. But Andretti leads in his quest to try and finish in the top 3 after being the main championship rival for so long. His season has faded. Oh, that's not the line. To the inside for the next one and see if we can... no, he's pulled away again. I may have taken a big chunk out of that curb, so I think I will as well. That was alright, good little move. And we're up to 13th now. Points go down to 12, so points are ahead of us. Oh, and just caught the car that I think probably supposed to represent the Fittipaldi, Franchitti car is what I was trying to say. Jeez. So we're alongside, we're definitely going to get the move done. He's going to pull ahead of us again. Oh, flipping heck, just following a bit too closely. Oh, I've gone too wide into that one. That was a bit silly. Dear me. Oh, side by side into turn 1. He's going to outdo me, but I'm going to outbrake him. Avoid the contact. Oh! Oh, and it's a big lunge. And they're starting to fight behind us, banging wheels. Let's leave them behind. I'm not interested in any of that. First bit of argy-bargy. Is it elbows out time, guys? I think it might be. Oh, that's the move. That's a good move, but I don't think we've got it done. Oh no, he's in our mirrors. That's fine. And we sweep round. 13 to go. We are in 11th. Andretti leading by 1.8. Just started closing on the back of them. Oh, that was a beautiful move. And I think this is Blundell ahead of us. If you watched the last episode, you know that Blundell, not the biggest fan of Andre Ribeiro. Oh. And right on cue, I give him another reason to not like him. But that's a good exit from that one. So we're ahead. I'm going to shut the door because he is going to come back at us. Right there. And he's moved out, but... oh, carrying a bit too much speed, but we've kept it, we've held it. And we're into 9th. So, first bit of clear air. Let's see if we can start pulling clear on raw pace. Oh, I was supposed to go through the pit lane. Keithy P mentioned it's got a ridiculously long pit lane here, but now I'm in competitive mode. I don't want to blow my race. I'm supposed to do it in practice. There's a really long pit lane here, just FYI. Oh, caught! Oh, we finessed it out. Just we're through into 8th. Oh, that was a poor bit of turning, and I've caused a bit of a roadblock there. Careful not to damage the car on the final race. Imagine ending with a DNF. We get the exit again, and we do. Perfect. The question is, can we get the door shut? I don't think we do. So we're going to lose that place temporarily. We might lose both. Hold position through here. On the exit, lovely. And that's up to 6th now. Cutting through the pack very nicely indeed. However, I do sometimes get the angle wrong, and everything's just right angles everywhere. Oh. So we are closing in on Brian Herter for 5th place. 9 laps to go. So slow on the apex. It's giving him a nice push down the main straight. We'll try and line them up ahead of the line Herter up at the head of the back straight. Oh no, we've got him there instead. It's a very unorthodox way of getting past them. You almost don't try and outbrake them into the corner. you kind of just aim to get them on the exit. It's very odd. Oh dear, that was silly. That's going to cost me some time. Brian Herter is going to fill my mirrors. So Andretti only leading by 0.2 of a second from Fittipaldi. Kind of in a bit of a no man's land for the first time. So we are trying to hunt down Alex Zanardi, and at the minute he's nowhere to be seen. So we come out the final corner, lap 7. Sorry, not lap 7, 7 laps to go. So they're not that far ahead of us. And there we go, we get a glimpse of Alex Zanardi. Here we go, oh, we'll see again, we've got the exit, but as we come down this straight, Zanardi's just going to pull out on us. Our target of a podium place is right there, Scott Pruitt just ahead. So we try and take the real life 1998 kart champion for Chip Ganassi. I find it weird that there's a car in this game that looks more like the target Chip Ganassi car than the one that Zanardi is driving. But whatever, we've got the X out of the final corner, but he's going to speed past us again. 6 to go, we outbrake him into 1. Oh, we catch Pruitt. Oh, and all of a sudden that makes it interesting. We've got back markers. And typically it is the car that I think looks more like the target Chip Ganassi causing the problems. It's holding up Pruitt. Oh! We had to take evasive action. I think Pruitt's back past us. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Zanardi's not done with us yet either. No mercy on that back marker. Sorry. Hopefully he will hold up Zanardi as we come up to Pruitt. I say come up to Pruitt, he's off and round those corners. And the Newman Haas boys have just disappeared. We could see them briefly. Andretti will probably want me to pass Scott Pruitt so he can take third in the championship. Oh, I caught the inside there though, got to be careful. Let's get the exit. Let's get the exit. We've passed Pruitt. And we're going to shut the door. He's going to come back at us. We can see Fittipaldi. There is Pruitt. Oof, silly, silly. Just feels so weird to try and clip those big angular curbs. And here we go. It's Newman Haas Racing. It is their game, so more often than not, it has been those two at the front. 4 to go, and we are with them. It's Andretti from Fittipaldi from Andre Ribeiro in the Penske. Pruitt's not leaving us alone either. It's been an incredible cut through the pack. We've worked through everyone beautifully. Can we get the job done now? On the back of Fittipaldi. Not quite this time. Exit of the final corner might be the one. He's left us the space and we're through. And we're second, 3 to go. Andretti under a second away. Fittipaldi surely under a second behind as well. Andretti clearly driving within himself because now he's just turned it up a little gear. And we've both left Fittipaldi for dust. 2 to go. And let's line him up on the exit. Down the back straight. Here we go. And we do! Oh! The amount of times me and Andretti have hit. Kind of offline. Oh! Oh, he sweeps round! Well, he did not take kindly to being barged out of the way, so he's taking it back. Okay, exit of the final turn. Come on, Wrong side now. Get it done. Park it through. Beautiful move. And we're going to see the white flag as the leader of the race for the first time. From 16th. We just have to hold on. And there's Adrian Fernandez. Confirmation that he's not going to score any points this season. Thank you, Newman Haas Racing. I don't think you're a realistic depiction of kart racing in the 90s, but you've been a fun one. What an incredible season, and we finished with a win in Houston from last. We finish 2 seconds ahead of Andretti, Fittipaldi third, Pruitt fourth, and Zanardi fifth. We end up with the fastest lap as well, 52.2. That's how you cut through the field. A champion's drive and a true lap of honour for Andre Ribeiro. Beating it on Superstar. I've never gotten to the end of this game on any difficulty, so I'm not sure what's going to happen next. This is what you play it for. What's going to be the big end screen? Let's find out. They've thrown up an extra banner for me. Thank you very much. We win. Final result. We win the championship. 168 points we finish on. Fittipaldi second. Pruitt hands on to third. Massive loss for Andretti. He breaks 100 points, but he's still fourth. Zanardi fifth, and the second half of the screen, I mean, poor Adrian Fernandez. Everyone else got double figures. He gets absolutely nothing. The poor guy. So here we go. So I'm going to click continue. I swear to God, if I've gotten through all this game and all they've done is put an extra banner up on screen for me. Oh, there he is! Andre the man! The Brazilian is back! It's quite short. It could have been a bit longer, but cool! There we are. Back to the main menu. Championship done. On Superstar. Well, there we go. What an insane season, but what a brilliant game. We have finally beaten Newman Haas Racing. In terms of Psygnosis and Bizarre Creations racing games, this is more on the wacky side than their F1 entries, but still incredibly fun. We also say goodbye to Andre Ribeiro. Again, I cannot believe that we started this series and literally shortly after he passed, he died of cancer only in his 50s, which is incredibly sad. And everyone who paid tribute to him all said the same thing, that he was a lovely guy, a gentleman. You know, in 2021, when Helio Castroneves won the Indy 500, he paid tribute to Andre then. And I've seen him referred to as the forgotten Penske driver, because he had that one season with Penske after a few with Tasman Motorsports, and then he just left. He went to work for Roger, but outside of motorsports. So I think it's been nice we've been able to give the forgotten Penske driver something to remember. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the series. Rest in peace, Andre, and goodbye, Newman Haas Racing. However, we are not done with American motorsports. NASCAR Racing 2003, our full season, will be starting very soon with the Daytona 500. I do hope you'll join me for it. But thank you so much for your support throughout this series, and I'll see you again, hopefully, very soon.